Hey guys, Talon here, and yeah, I am back with Reflection Cave. I will be working a bit on that. If you haven't seen my morning episode already, I changed my skin to be a Weeping Angel for Halloween, so that's fun. Um, and yeah, I will just get started on building, and I have a bit I want to talk about. Um, I think the main thing I want to talk about to begin with is acceptance, perhaps, and I will actually uh d -d -d turn down master volume a little, because in some of them I noticed the blocks were a little bit louder. But yeah, I want to talk about acceptance because sometimes, like, as much as we have society these days where they accept almost everything, for the most part, I don't feel like I am accepted. I feel that a lot of the people, even the friends that I talk to, have a tendency to see the side of me that they want to see, and instead of embracing that, they try to push me into a version of myself they think would be better. Um, and that is not something I like doing freely. It probably is partially my fault a bit for being so reclusive and not liking others to see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't mind if I stop and count from time to time. It's because I have my Y version out, so I'm working on it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. But yeah, I've had it with past relationships where um the boyfriend I was with didn't he would mention a lot of, oh, you need to change that, or change your style, or change your hairstyle, oh, this would look better on you, or even just friends trying to push me to do things or other, and things that I might not be comfortable with but might feel a little bit too shy to comment on, or feel like I don't want to hurt their feelings because maybe it's something they really, really like, and it's like memes or something like that, which I find as slightly stupid. Personally don't like them. Um, but it's things like that, and even my parents trying to dress me a certain way, have me have certain ideals that they think I should have, and it's things like that that make me feel like I have not been accepted by whoever I hang out with, and it makes me feel like just want to run away, which I know is not the best thing to do. And yeah, it's 4 by 4 Huh. But yeah, it's not something, and yeah, it's not something that's easy for me to talk about. Um, and the thing is, the real kicker is that I do it too. I have a tendency to do it to people as well. And that just makes me into a hypocrite for not liking when other people do it, whereas I will try and pull out what I see as the best in someone, and even though that is the wrong thing for me to do. And it's a topic that I find that I just need to get off my chest, because it's hard for me to open up to people and be who I am when I have no clue who I am. I'm still floundering around trying to figure it out, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just something that I 7, 8, 9, 10. Something I have trouble with. I feel like I've been thrown into the middle of an ocean, surrounded by islands, and on each island is a different person who wants me to be someone else. And sometimes it feels like if I actually take the rope that they throw me, I will lose sight of a different part of me. And some of it is like just a lot of this video will probably just be me floundering around a bit. And I mean, there are some things that I know I like about myself, and some things I don't want to give up about myself, but feel like certain friends or certain people may not accept me for all of those things. And there are certain people that I do like having friendships with, but again, yeah, I'm not sure how many of you would have noticed, but yes, I am furry, or at least part of that fandom. Um, not as blatantly obvious as it could be, but I do have a character who is pretty much my online avatar, and yeah. I could probably come up with a list of a bunch of things that I am, and I'm still trying to figure out what I am, what I want to be, and things like that that are maybe like who I want to be that isn't influenced by everybody else, because usually when someone tries to force me to be something, I have a tendency to backlash on it. Like, I have a tendency to, pretty much go into full-on denial, full-on defiance, because I don't like, people trying to get me to be like everybody else. Which is probably not the best of things. I will shorten this by 1. But yeah, I think that's most of what I wanted to say. Pretty much something I want to get off my chest because it's something I have spent a lot of time thinking about. I have to figure out what I want to do here. I just... probably going to grab Prismarine, go down here, and yeah. Yeah. Too bad. The only problem with these mirrors is that the person ends up like a looking like a vampire. You can't see the reflection of yourself. But yeah, I think that was the main thing I wanted to cover. Just that whole, I don't ever really actually feel like I am accepted for who I am. I always have felt like people want me to be something, and I don't know what I want to be, and until I do know, I don't think I can actually accept people trying to push me in certain directions, and I know of a couple of people who may probably see this, but yeah, it's something I've just had difficulties opening up with. And I'm just so used to being so comfortable with what I do and how I normally act that I just I don't know. I'm not good at doing new things. I've also never really been all that great at keeping up with Twitter stuff. And, well, it seems like social media is something that everybody seems to be doing, and it's something that I just never really found all that much that I needed to do. I don't know, it's difficult to open up when you don't know, when you're completely uncertain as to who you are and what that would mean, and yeah, I already counted that. That was 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a lot of these videos, I will probably end up contradicting myself because I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm just trying to work out how I feel, how everything works. I don't know. What I do know is I do like making these videos, and not for the sake of others. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like doing these videos because they're a way for me to feel motivated about building, even if it's without Demon, which is sort of, I really don't like doing it without Demon, but sometimes, well, he's in bed most of the time, I start getting bored and feel the urge to do some of these, so 8-hour time difference, yep. Canadian West Coast. But yeah, I think another thing that did cross my mind that I wanted to talk about was expectations, in how a lot of people will expect me to do things, and I get that a lot with my music whenever I play my soprano sax with the church choir. I always get expectations that, like comments that the people there expect me to just keep playing, but the thing is, I'm not playing for them, even though they seem to think I am. It's not. I'm playing because I enjoy playing, and when I'm playing there, I feel like I can play better. I enjoy it. It's something that just makes me feel like a better person. Just playing and being able to play for myself, being able to play, and yeah. But when people start expecting me to do something, or they start, better yet, they start trying to dictate how I do something, that's when I start to go, this feels more like a chore than fun, and I don't want to do it anymore. And actually, believe I sometimes get that way in terms of friendships too. I sort of start to adopt that approach, because sometimes I just feel I'm an introvert, which, well, I've used that excuse a lot. Sometimes I just don't want to socialize. Sometimes I just want to spend time doing something else, and I am horrible at attempting to multitask at things, as I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell with me building and talking or not, but tasks where I have to actually stop, count, look at what I'm doing, figure out how I can do something better, require a lot of concentration, and I am not good at giving that to others. so much. But yeah, it I'm hoping that doesn't come along with these videos as well, because I am not posting them for any one person in particular. I am posting them because I want to post them. They make me feel better when I post them. They help me puzzle things out, they help me work things out, they get my projects moving along. It's... yeah, it's my mindset goes that people could demand anything they want from me, and the thing is, most of the time I don't want to give in to those said demands. Most of the time I want to... if I want to work on things like Kalos, or Mornell, or maybe working on a completely different Pokemon region, I will do that, but I am not going to do it because you guys demand that I do it. I am not going to do it because anybody says that I have to do it, or that people compliment me to high heaven, even though compliments are really nice. When something starts feeling like a chore, and for a while there Kalos did feel like that, it felt like I was getting demands, especially on some of my Mornell videos. I was getting a lot of comments saying, when are you gonna come back for Kalos? Are you still doing Kalos? Oh no, Kalos is dead, because we haven't seen any activity on it. And here I am, like, building on Kalos. Part of it was because it felt like Kalos was becoming a chore. So, something that I was being demanded to do, and when that happens, I just lose all motivation to work on it. And which is why these building videos, these Let's Builds, have actually started rekindling that interest. And I am happy for that, and I am starting to try and ignore the demands more, because a lot of them did influence me deciding that I just would rather work on something else, would rather work on a multiplayer survival server, would rather play in there with Demon and my other friends and whatnot, and would rather avoid Kalos. And I suppose I do sometimes let that dictate some of my actions a little too much, but when you feel unmotivated to do something, it's kind of hard to get yourself back into the whole motivational swing of doing it. And that's the whole expectations to do something. And yeah, that is something I'm not exactly the fondest of, so I'm happy to actually be able to explain that now. I mean, I feel a bit better about myself to be able to actually have that, and I do want to start living a bit more by my own personal opinions, and not shrink away because I'm afraid they might offend somebody. So yeah, basically, if you don't like my opinions, you can go ahead and watch something else. You don't have to follow me, you don't have to do any of that. And that is why I choose not to add the whole like, comment, subscribe after my videos. It's... even though I've seen some of the YouTubers that I've been following lately, have some pretty cute ones. There's one that is really cute that, a friend did for him. But, yeah. It is my personal preference not to do that. So, Anywho, hmm, I think I might be done with talking. Usually I find when I work I don't talk, and that's usually when I become the most productive. I don't even listen to music when I'm playing. Most of the Notebook songs, it's just been yeah, I don't listen to music. I don't know. I think it's part of my whole inability to multitask, so I don't do it. But yeah, I think I can clone from here. So, or fill. But yeah, that is part of that's all I really wanted to talk about. And thing is, I know I've done some of that expectation thing on my friends, and I think part of it is me not being able to, or not allowing myself to open up to a lot of them that maybe causes conflict between us, maybe causes us to be unable to actually talk to each other as much as I would love to. I mean, I want to talk to some of them more. And there are, in particular, some members of my pack who, I just don't get to talk to as often, and it seems like we have this wall in between us that just prevents us from being able to communicate clearly. To find out where we stand with each other, and yeah, anywho, stand H, which I hit tab, makes it hardened clay, space, and I believe it was 11? Yes, 11 is blue, or dark blue at least. But yeah, I'm gonna guess I could probably ramble on and on about this subject forever. But yeah, I think I am going to just let it, I have to move this over. I was right the first time. But yeah, anywho, I'll just keep building. I'll speed build the rest of this, and you'll see me when I feel I am done speed building this. So that may make this video quite a bit longer. I seem to like long videos. Sorry. Maybe watch it on 1.5 speed. That might work. But yeah, see you guys once I'm done. back. Um, yeah, a little bit more of a serious conversation this time, but hope you guys we're okay with that. Feel free to comment, if you want to. But yeah, that's another mirror done. I have a few more to do, heading more in that direction, but mirror's done as best I can. And I recall last time I did this, I had to move Shellor over and add an additional part to the entrance because of the mirrors. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I may have to shorten the one over there, but yeah, I think the cave is looking pretty good so far. So um, yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye, and don't blink.